face off. We're gonna talk your face off. We're gonna talk your face off. Talk your face off. To talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off. Talk your face off.
What a bunch of disrespectful commenters.
Dude,
I love it. It's fantastic. Sorry about that, guys.
I just realized I was like, the camera's really far away.
They're out practicing and they came in right at like 9:05 or 10:05 and we're like, my battery's dead. So
yeah,
he was doing dad things.
Dad things. That's how we roll.
Things. It happens. So,
what's up, dude? How was Bama?
Bama was hot and stormy. The first night at the conference, there was no power. They canceled it, pushed it the next morning, and then we abbreviated everything in order to get all the content in, and the day and a half left since they missed a whole 3-hour block, so whatever. Yeah, it was hot and damp and muggy, and I guess it wasn't hot. It could have been hotter. It was only like 80s, but it was pretty wet, sticky.
Pretty sticky, yeah.
Yep.
Good. I got to get the sit rep real quick. How'd it go?
Good.
You like it? Okay. Why don't you take a break and then we'll put another battery in for you to go out and try it out.
Okay.
I'm on the live now.
I know.
So she's we're pushing now for the 8 scale. So she's running the 8 scale buggy full time, and we have her on 3S turned down a little bit, but from watching her first
that
run
happened
with it,
quick, because remember the whole thing was like, the 8 scale, the 3S. There's no like novice class for it.
Well,
and then bam.
Bam. Yep. So they're able to run the 8 scale in novice now.
Okay.
I think we're far enough into the season where that's acceptable. So they're running. That's what Dalton's always been running it, and he's just been turned down to like 50% or 70%. But
80 degrees and 200% humidity. Yep.
Yeah. David Ferris said, did that happen? Were you online, David, when that happened last week? So
you sold it.
Well, no. So what happened was Dalton we were doing Turf Tuesday like normal, and one of our friends said, "Hey, you want to run stadium truck?" And Dalton's like, "Sure." Like literally like that. He ran it first qual, finished second in first qual, never running a stadium truck in a race before. Second qual goes out and puts down a 4th or a 3rd, I think. I don't remember, but he finished 4th overall. Club night race. There's only 5 guys, but they're the fast 5 guys, and he was like right there. So awesome. Now he is he's all in on the stadium truck.
Just because they exist, you don't have to race them all. Let's remember that.
Hey, no more of that poop out of your mouth, Tony.
Hey, we got backwards. I was all confused. What?
Yeah, no more of that poop out of your mouth. We don't want to hear that. We raced everything.
What's up, guys? Got David Ferris, RC Jeep Guy. RC Jeep Guy, your package is en route.
Ooh.
I dropped it off yesterday. So it's about 20 pounds. It's very heavy, it's very big. And they're in sideways because the trucks are so long. I couldn't find any boxes big enough.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Trucks?
The trucks are so long that I couldn't find a box that was as long as them. So I had to go corner to corner, like tilt them on their side. Trucks drive like this, right? I put them on their side and into the corners.
Nice.
So wrapped them. There's all kinds of stuff in there wrapping them. I've got like a track mat or a track mat, I think, in there. There's a t-shirt still and a wrapper in there.
You know what you should do? You should go to like Walmart or somewhere that has like blowout sales and buy all the cheap underwear like the cheapest of cheap underwear, and
Yeah.
just throw a pair in like every now and then.
I'll get a brown paint marker too and just hit them all and stick
Just
them
sign them. Just sign them. Like with a big green, a big
Heidi,
brown crayon. Just sign it.
Whitey's packaged with love. Yeah.
Oh,
So they're
awesome.
in there with that. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, he got the Send truck, but he also bought the test rig, basically.
Oh, cool.
Or
I don't know.
use it for parts or for whatever, like build out another truck from it. It didn't have the wheels. We talked about that on the live. Because those are the ones I sent. And then the black ones that were on it went on the blue truck, made it look awesome.
Nice.
So, but I stuck a radio in there that you could bind up with it. So when they gave me all of them, I got like one radio that went with like a lot of trucks.
Yeah.
But because I have some of the other trucks that I've taken off of radios, I just put another one in there that he can bind up to it.
Nice.
Or use a spare, or drop out the radio and use whatever radio he wants. But there's an extra one in there.
Nice.
And then a bunch of the upgrade parts, like the chaos parts. He's got a pretty big, huge
package
box. It's like 24 by 18 by 18. It's like a big. I mean, it's
wow.
Yeah.
It's like a crate. Might as well have shipped it on a pallet.
Yeah, it's a big one. So
I shipped out. I felt bad because I slow shipped Saturn 5. You're out there. Sorry, I slow shipped them. So I told him when he first bought the Fordyce, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be busy until the following Mondays, just so you know." Like, and then the following Monday, I was like, "Oh, haha, it's our anniversary." Totally forgot. And then like the rest of the week was like, "Oh," and then I went to go ship it, and then found out that it couldn't be. We were going through like UPS or something. They couldn't insure it, so I sent you a message Saturday, and I gave you all the stuff. So they couldn't insure it through UPS for some reason. So then we got another one done from USPS.
So people have been calling them all week saying, "Would you like to insure your,
I know,
car?
Yeah. Would you like to extend your warranty?
An extended warranty on your shipping?"
I know. And then I was supposed to send it out this weekend. And
see, I got mine out on time. I told them it'd be by Monday.
I know. I felt bad.
I was in Bama, and I was like, "I'm coming back from Bama."
Yeah.
And then I'll do it. And I was out Sunday finding a box for that thing.
Is your post office open on the weekend?
Till 11:30.
Mine's not open Saturday or Sunday. I was like, I assumed I was just going to go drop it off on Saturday, and I was like, "What? Yeah. Like seriously?"
We've been trying to reach you, David Ferris.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No. So
how many babies did I shake last?
Oh yeah. Did you see that in what the description was? I said you were.
Yeah, I was off shaking babies shaking babies and kissing hands or something.
Yeah.
Kissing hands and shaking babies. Yeah. Yeah.
Thought you'd like that.
Shook a lot of babies.
Shook a lot of babies. We should have a counter, a ticker at the top. How many babies have we shaken? I want to get out and drive again. That experience was good. It was a good driving experience.
Yeah.
Amanda, if you're out there sometime from North Carolina, thank you.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
David Ferris says, "Careful, his Michigan I bought from him was all muddy." I couldn't get it off the wheels, man. Like the tires for sure. And I tried.
You guys down there have different
Simple Green and a bunch of stuff. I don't know how he didn't get it off. I think he changed the tires on it. But yeah, those things would not that clay stained them.
Yeah, so I got a car from North Carolina, and they had red clay, and
stains very much.
Well, you know what takes it off that I tried? I did the Simple Green diamond foam stuff, and it foamed up and took it right off. So
I don't usually try too hard, but I try to make the sails good enough, cheap enough.
Cheap. Yeah.
That it's like, well, you kind of knew what you're getting into if you've seen my channel. I'm like,
There's a.
it's been used. It has been used.
I think it was Midas or something like that did a commercial for brakes, and the guy was like, "Well, if they don't stop you, something will."
Yeah.
I was like, "Awesome! All right."
Hey, Matt Smahi's in here.
Nice.
Black market. Hey man, use Dawn Power Wash. Yeah, I need to find some of that. The wheels especially. I can never. Like I show up to those monster truck ones, and their trucks look like they've never been driven, and I know they drive them.
I know.
Like, well, okay. Well, here's mine.
Yeah.
Looks like mine looks like it's a Jim Kohler truck when it shows up to the party.
Right.
It's had some good use to it. It has not been babied.
So speaking of, whoa, I just walked into the camera. Watch out. So speaking of that, I am going to attempt to show you my, what'd you call it? The tire toilet? This thing I made?
Oh, yeah.
And I got my simple green. Since we're at the dirt track, maybe I can, I should have brought a headset that had like the little thing. So I was like at the trade show.
Yes. We can't see it, by the way. All we see is you. And it's not very entertaining.
Well, you know what? Calm down. Just calm down.
Speed has never killed anyone. It's coming to an abrupt stop suddenly that gets you. Very true, David. Very true.
Let's see if I can.
RC Jeep guy, Russell's at least in luck in that half of the stuff he got is still in packages. So nice. That is not muddy.
That's a plus.
Dusty or
Nice. I got.
Hey Dirk, what's up? I saw you a second ago. I forgot to say hello. I saw you bump in here. And Gems RC, Gems Hobbies, are you still in here? He was just up here while I was in stinking hot Alabama, and I wish I could have seen him. He was at Silver Lake. You know what else was at Silver Lake? All the pre-runner trucks this past week. I had to watch it all on Instagram. Yes.
That's funny.
One of the guys slow rolled his, dude. He cut the corner wrong, caught that inner, I don't even know. It was like a hill. It was massive. But he turned too tight and the back end did not whip. And he just rolled slow motion and just, it didn't look like getting damage what he done. He came back up, man. All the side panels were just crunched. Yeah. He saw Shreddy ripping. Yeah, man. So there's two Shreddies. There's the Shreddy, but then there's a Michigan gold truck that says Shreddy on it as well.
Cool.
And it's awesome. We see it around here in Grand Rapids all the time. And I've seen it bust basically drift a whole corner into a Meijer parking lot in the rain, and it was absolutely amazing. Front tire in the air, back end just drift in the corner in the rain. Just so rad. That looks really good.
So this reminded me of the Shreddy. I think we put the Shreddy sticker on her wing or something, but this is her race body that I painted up. Look at that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Shreddy, same colors. Same colors. That's cool. I wish there was something like that out here.
I'm so jealous. He watched it all. That's what I was going to ask him if he got a way to watch the pre-runners. He's like, he saw the Shreddy. It was the Shreddy. One guy rolled his Ranger. That's the one I saw. Rolled
you know what?
Ford Ranger.
Okay. I was going to fill this to where it needs to be with simple green, but I'm kind of is this really concentrated?
That's not. That's like full concentrate. You need to add water. Pour your Gatorade in there.
I've got
that's
water.
Straight stuff right there. If you don't cut it at all, I mean, it'll just clean it really, really, really good.
Well, of course, the more you do, the better it is, right?
Yeah, but that's a
little more.
That's the stuff you usually mix with a little something. Hey, John Martin, what's up?
I put a little something in there. I'll put a little water in there. How about that? Just a little bit, though. Let's grab a water out of the cooler. Now at least we know it'll be cold water. It's got to be good for the tires, right? I haven't cleaned any tires, 8-scale tires in a while. Let's see how it goes. Okay. So let me do a little demonstration and see if it still works. Ooh, you know what I don't have? I don't have a towel, Tony. This might get a little messy. So this goes in. What's up, Varg?
I was gonna say, there's a question for you. What's up, these old lapping lips?
Is elitism about two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive racing? Also, how crazy would a new racer be to immediately start in the mod classes? Well, what do you mean two-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive? Are you talking about like dirt, or are you talking about turf? I don't see any elitism here at Die Hard when it comes to those two different things. Would I say it was a good idea to go straight into mod? If you have any experience, you could get away with it.
Oh,
if
look
you
at
don't,
you. That's clever. I'm watching what you're building.
Oh yeah. Normally I have my impact driver, but I just brought this today. If you don't have any experience, or like at least a few race days of experience, I wouldn't do mod, because the mod guys are crazy fast, and even though they're not unnice, they're gonna get frustrated with the guy. Yeah,
Get out of the way.
And in reality, I'm not fast in any of the classes I run, but I'm fast enough that if I hold the line, they can drive around me and not complain too much. So if you're not fast enough to hold the line just off pace, I wouldn't step up yet. I would go 17.5. There's plenty of competition with 17.5. Okay, you hear that?
Yeah, we hear it.
Okay. Look at that. There you go.
Now, what's on the bottom? What do you have in the bottom that you're...
brushes, just like scrub brushes, the rectangle ones.
Yeah.
So
you shouldn't have to sit there and go around it with your hand, cleaning them.
So there you go. So now the tires are clean. I didn't really push hard against the wheel, but let me have paper towels here. Let me see if I can get it a little dry with the paper towel. Hold on.
Like two-wheel drive is way harder and better drivers. Clay tracks. Sorry, I should have specified. You're going to find that because one, two-wheel drive can be harder to drive. So if you're not good, they're going to just seem that much better.
Yeah. Clay track, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't have much experience with that at all, so I can't really speak to it. But all the other racing, if you're talking about somewhere like I'm thinking you're talking about, like down south, I haven't heard too much about them being kind of elitist or anything, but up here you don't get any of that. And we have an outdoor clay track, so look at that.
That's pretty good.
And this is what it looked like when it first started.
You gone. He gone. Well, David Ferris, I agree with you. He should put a carrier bearing on the side so he doesn't waller out the hole.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, hang on a second. Can you mute me? Or wait, maybe I can mute. Hold on.
You're muted.
Okay, I'm back.
I just bought some pieces for a monster truck tire cleaner because I absolutely hate cleaning tires.
Yeah. Jason's in here. What's up, Jason? My makeshift tire washer. Kids are out here practicing dirt. So we have a big oval race.
Could you screw one onto the other sidewall too to press against to clean the wheel side?
Oh yeah, there's one in here. So the way I have it is I have one like this.
Uh-huh.
Let me see if I can move this a little bit.
Like an L shape, or a couch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Like that.
I couldn't see the one from where my angle. I can't see it. So
I would pick it up and show you, but I'd spill all my water.
Spill everything, so don't do that.
Yeah.
Everything would be clean though, so there's that.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah. So my 10 scale ones do it. I can press against that pretty well. I don't know. Let's try it. This one's pretty caked on with dirt, so let's try this one. See how this works. And the way want to see the ingenious that I did? check this out. Not everyone can do this because I had to weld it. But here's what I did. Hold on, let me get this off.
Going full screen.
Okay. So what I did is I took an element axle and cut it right at like a rear axle and cut it. And then I took a 5mm nut driver and
there was an accident on Brian's going on.
oh, okay. Is everyone okay?
I don't know. She doesn't know.
Okay.
It happened just an hour ago, like right after we left.
Okay. There was a big accident on our street.
Now because it's dead.
Oh, so 5.5 axle goes in, and then it has a normal threads there. So what I did is so I can run my 10 scale stuff on a normal 12 mil, and then I got a 17 mil adapter, and that goes through with a lock nut, like so. And so now I can do both. I can do 12 and I can do 17 mil tires. And all I do is I chuck it up. All right. Put it in, put a wheel nut on it. It only has to be hand tight. And then chuck it up in the box and away we go. So, and normally, like I said, I have my impact driver. And that
Almost got yourself.
Almost got myself. But yeah, normally I have my impact driver, so it's just a quick little snap in. But okay, I'll try to push against the other brush to see if that works.
Did you see the tip that they said putting a bearing, a carrier bearing in there to keep it from wallowing out the hole in the side of the container?
Yeah, so I don't do that only because my hole is a notch that's big enough for the fit to fit through. And so I'm not actually resting on it. So I'll show you what I did there in a second. Let me dry this one off real quick. So, oh yeah, that did pretty good on the wheel. The reason why I didn't get specific about it was because I'm doing all different sizes of wheels. So I need it to be able to be adjustable on elevation. So like these wheels are much taller than the 10 scale wheels we use for dirt or for, oval. Let me get this dried off real quick, just so I should have. Normally I would have.
You're also not going for a lot of time where you're building up heat against it. If it's rubbing.
No. Yeah.
And it's not, it's just a smooth tool shaft that's through there. So it's not.
Yep. So like on this side, I have this little notch here. And I would say it's fancy and milled out, but I just did it with my Dremel and just kind of went up and down. So it's like a long oval. So now for the shorter wheels, I can put it down here. For the taller wheels, I put it up there. And it does just good.
And you don't get a whole lot of side to side, or it doesn't heat up enough that it's actually making it more round left to right.
No.
Okay.
No. I'm not putting that much pressure on it. All the pressure is on the brushes, not on the actual plastic. So how much did this cost? You can get these. They have I don't mean like you can get these like I'm selling them. They have one that you can buy that's super awesome. And it's like $300. But it's super, and I've used it. It works phenomenally. But this was $5 for the ammo box. The brushes were like, I think $5 or $6 for the pair. And then, these adapters on Amazon, they're Chinese, and I think they're like $10 for that.
And how much can somebody get one of these from you for? All for the low price of just shipping?
I don't know that I would sell these. I mean, I could, but I don't know that I would. I mean,
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
All you'd have to sell is that part, honestly.
This part?
Yep.
Yeah, I know. And
it end up costing quite a bit because of buying the parts for it and then to make any money on it, right?
Yeah.
Buying an axle and cutting it off.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Ooh, look how clean that is, though.
It did good.
Right? For as cheap as it is, like, I'm happy with it. I can't complain.
We need David Ferris to send you those Michigan wheels and tires and see if it can clean those.
Yeah. I want to try some of Reaction.
What kind of dirt are you guys running on? Is it clay or no?
It's like a clay hybrid, I guess. There's a high clay content, but yes, like I would say like 90% clay.
And it's not sitting on long enough and it's not as wet. So when I drive on some of the clay, it can be pretty wet. And when it's more wet, it tends to stain it more because of how thin it goes on.
Yeah, and
That's
ours
what I
is like
find.
ours is brown clay. Like ours isn't the red clay.
Yeah,
So
that's
ours
what
is
ours
that,
is here. We don't have red
yeah,
clay up here, but
yeah,
it still seems to stain stuff. But the red's the worst.
yeah. No, steal away,
That
guys.
trash is long gone, he says.
Yeah, steal away, man. Like, maybe I'll make a video on how I did it because it's really easy. The welding part, not so easy for everybody, but I don't know.
I got what you're saying, RC Jeep guy. He's like, I got rid of cable because I was tired of commercials, and you're basically doing that infomercial on a tire washer.
Yeah.
And
Well,
though,
yeah.
like I could see guys having that for anything, for crawlers, bashers.
Oh yeah. No, I've
Anything that
used it
you
on my
get
crawler wheels.
Yeah.
Yep. I've used it on my crawler
Do you have a
wheels.
different tire chuck for the crawler wheels?
No, that's what I was saying. That 17 mil comes off, and it's a 12 millimeter hex underneath it.
Oh, so you
So
just
that's
right now have an adapter on that's upsizing it.
Yep.
Okay.
And so that's that 17 mil adapter just has like a set screw that goes through the center, and it captures it. It's like that's where the money is, you know. So no, I like it. It works good for me. One less thing to spend money on.
So that's like what I did on the Vanquish to go up to the 17 millimeters, so I could put the D boots on it.
Yep.
But it had an extender too, like an extension, a hex extension / converter.
Yep. That's exactly how this is.
Okay.
That's exactly what this is.
Black Market, I'll get some stuff in the mail for you, by the way, tomorrow. You got your address. So hopefully it'll get there in time.
I need to drive more monster
on the
trucks.
10th.
The track right now, the track layout, bro, the layout right now is so good out here for dirt. Well, for dirt, and I was thinking about bringing the monster trucks out just to run it on the dirt. Just doing the lap. Yeah, because it's like there's no really big features. There's a couple big features, but they're not that big. But it's like fast and tight. It looked rad with the monster truck, for sure. There we go. Man, I might just clean tires this entire time. I brought some spec wheels. I was going to change out some spec wheels, but
you got 4 tires over your right shoulder that are looking like they need a wash.
More than that, I got 8 tires.
All of those?
Well, these center ones we haven't used yet, but the 4 over here and the 4 over here.
Yeah, those ones definitely look like it.
Are there anyone in the chat that races 8 scale buggy? Because I've got these wheels and tires, and these tires are fairly new, only like handful of runs on them, but I cracked a wheel. And I don't know if it's worth, like the wheel's cracked, and I think I can run it maybe for practice. Oh, there you go, Jason. Jason's in there. I can run it for practice, but I don't know if it's worth trying to unglue and then glue them up on a new set of wheels.
David says I had to have Tony explain it to me.
What part?
The joke. The joke that RC Jeep guy Russell was making.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Yep.
That's funny.
What's your next RC thing?
Banter's good out there. Me?
Yeah.
Well, I've been on cleaning.
Selling stuff.
Look at that.
Look at that. Are you getting back on the horse? I did my first video in a long time too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got the Axial Fest videos coming.
Oh, nice.
I got one edited. I have to voice over it from the day one, which was basically, hey, it's not open yet. The Travis and I are going and finding some rocks anyway.
Nice.
And it's like a little base camp trail setup that we went and ran. Actually, it was one of my favorite trails there. Like, there's some good rocks on it. Yeah. You know, some of the trails are just kind of flat. Other ones have more rocks. The ones that have more rocks are the ones that I prefer.
The ones she told you about?
Yeah. So I don't have the setup. I am clearing. Like, this is all cleared out. Like that crawler course that I brought up here from my buddy Rick. I'm going to be giving away to somebody locally. So if you're watching this and you're looking for an indoor crawler track, it's foam, it's modular, it's light.
HMU. Hit me up.
Yeah, hit me up. We're clearing all this out. I'm actually going to convert this whole front corner, which nobody has seen or I don't think has ever been shown in videos. But I've got a pegboard wall. I've got about 8 sets of hoons up there.
Are you going to move your store operation up there?
I've thought about that because I'm going to be up here more often. But actually, what I think I'm going to do is just make a generic kind of set over here that could be used for any type of video.
Mm-hmm.
But I could use it for RC stuff. I could use it for anything. I could have people come up here and film that want to film stuff. So I think I'm just going to make some kind of a wood wall thing over there. But I'm going to leave it open.
Your studio?
No, but I have people that want to do videos all the time. And so if I'm like, hey, just come over here, we don't have to find a set or a location.
Gotcha.
I don't have to tear all my junk down and take it somewhere. I can just be like, no, I only do it here. So come bring your script and we'll put it on my teleprompter. We'll go for it.
That's a little creepy, to be honest.
So not really. It is when they see all these RC cars and like, what's your problem?
I know.
What have you not been telling the world about?
What are you
Little do they know we
Tony?
have been telling the world all about it. So I've got a bunch of cars over here I'm going to sell. I got a lot of on-road. I pulled out the drift car, if we talked about it, to sell it, and then I put it back on the shelf. I'm like, I really think I might want to get into this at some point. So I'm just gonna just leave this here. So
that's like a true addict right there. Like you're like, I gotta put this one in my sock drawer.
But I did put the Tamiya semi truck that my son and I built that looks amazing down in the to-go bin.
Nice.
So we're gonna sell that.
To go?
To sell?
Oh man.
Nope, I didn't. It's on the back shelf over there. I lied. It's on the shelf still. I did put a lot of things down in the basement of the garage. So we sold the RV last night.
What?
Yeah.
What are you going to take to Gauntlet?
A tent. That's what I took last year. It's Michigan, dude. Tenting
I'm not
is
going
amazing
anymore.
Here.
I'm not going anymore. I was
Tenting
expecting
is amazing.
Like a fancy.
It is. It's a big tent.
RV. It's a big tent.
But you don't spend any time in it anyway. All you do is you stay outside the whole time RCing.
When I go
at about
to
3
events,
a.m., you fall into a tent and sleep.
When I go to events, Tony, I'm out by 8:30. I'm like, you guys could play.
Yeah. So, David, this is the place where I used to make videos when I first moved here, and I hated it.
Yeah.
And I'm giving it another shake.
I don't know why you hated it. It's awesome. I mean, I don't know how it works for workflow, but
workflow up here sucks. But, well, the problem is getting up here with everything, too. The stairs and the way that it's all set up to get stuff out here.
It's that wooden leg of yours.
Yeah. But I think we're going to install like a circle spiral staircase inside so we don't get the icy, snowy steps. Because remember I seen that picture last year where it was just so much snow, it just looked like a straight slope of
sled.
Yeah, it looked like a hill.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to get an internal one that just spirals up. So I won't probably take stuff up and down out of here as much, not in big amounts. And especially using those stairs. But that'll be like just to come out and work. I can just do an easy walkway out. So, but yeah, so we sold the RV. We got way too many messages on it, which means we probably underpriced it like the trailer, power hauler trailer.
Yeah.
Sold first night. So
nice. Good for you. Hang on 1 second. Did you want me to put a battery in your car?
No, I was wondering if you see Mr. Brett or Miss Brenda, give this to Mr. Brett or Miss Brenda.
Okay. Can you put it over there though? Because I'm getting water here.
I'm gonna eat my yogurt and I'm marshalling for the drift track.
Okay. Be careful.
I nearly got knocked over again.
Ooh. He said he got taken out.
Oh yeah.
They're doing Turf Tuesday over there still, so he's marshalling for fun.
Nice.
Like you guys need to capitalize on this and start charging for it.
Yeah. David Ferris, yes, this is above our garage. Not an attached garage like at my last house. which was way more convenient in every single way imaginable. From the angle of the steps to the height of the steps, because we only had 8-foot ceilings for one, but also like where it was set, the garage above the garage wasn't as high because you stepped down into the garage. So in your house, your amount of stairs up wasn't the same. So it didn't feel like, it just feels like, dude, it's a lot to go up and down like 10 times to get, I gotta get the car down with the radio and a battery. Then I gotta go back up and grab a whole set of tools and whatever and go down. Like,
life is rough, Tony.
Anyway, you end up doing it about on the way to go out. You do it about, especially if I'm going to an event, it's like 30 trips up and down. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
And then when I get back from the trip, that all just goes in the bottom part of the garage and gets left there.
You should get one of those, what are they called? The
Butler elevator. That's what everyone's been telling me. So we're going to look into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, something that's internal that we can do in order to make it more convenient of a space. And I think we're going to put a drum set right here too. I'm going to put a carpet down, a drum set for my son.
Are you going to do the live from the drum set?
No. But I could just tell him I had more Hey, give me some cowbell.
Give me some cowbell.
Yep, a dumb waiter. Something like that to pull stuff up. Like you just load it, drop it down, go down and get it. And then when it's all done, shove it all on and pull it back up. Even something like that would be great. So we're going to look into some options like that and just see what would make it better. So I'm going to start trying to even work up here again, just normal work at this desk. So orders, I'm not, they've slowed down a ton, like significant, and they may go up when summer's done. You know, summer tends to be slow in general, but it's slowed down. I haven't been pushing it at all. So why are you so sweaty? So yeah. So anyway, that's what I've been working on. So we've been working in here so I can get to, if I can get everything up here again where it's just easy to make videos, I think that'll help too. Because it's been tough where I've got stuff spread around so much right now that it's really complicated. Like, oh, let's make a video. Oh, you're all set up and like, oh, the mics, you know, you've gone up and down 10 times already. And like, oh, I left all the microphones in the basement from the last shoot. And you run all, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's just those little headaches that are, they seem like they're not a big deal, but over time, it's just like one more reason to be like, you know what? I'll just do the video tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. So. No, I totally get that. Couple of things. Jason was just saying that I got him into crawling. Sorry about it. You ate the cookies. Now you have to deal with it.
Now you can deal with it.
Yeah. So I handed over Jericho. I was like, here, why don't you drive this one?
Oh,
that was right before I sold.
By the way, you can't just go ahead and buy one of these. So
yeah, that's what he was like. He's like, I'm going to show up and I'm just going to start putting bills down until he says stop. Like, it's like, well, it's going to be a couple bills. So, but then I did a video. Okay. So remember how I was trying to spitball I don't want to say my script, but my storyboard for this like mini doc that me and the kids are going to be doing for Die Hard.
Yeah.
Like for our race experience. So I was spitballing this idea and then I just couldn't launch. I couldn't just pull the trigger. I didn't know where to start. So our last race day, it was just me and Olivia. And I was like, you know what? Let's just try doing a vlog. So we vlogged it. And I think it was pretty good. Like I'm out of practice. I haven't done it in a while. And so like any of it. So I was like, let's try it out. And it was fun. It was fun, me and her doing it together and like talking about it. So we started one today of what it was like to go, you know, before we went out and ran some laps. And so after I'm off here, we'll go run some more laps and talk in between and see how it goes. But yeah, I think it's pretty fun. I'm still on that teetering on that fence though of I don't really want the kids to be on screen too much, but I think they like Olivia likes it. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they don't ever get to see comments or get to see, how many views we have or anything like that. So
right. More part of the process and what it's like.
Yeah. So, and it's funny because Dalton on Fridays in class, they were able to watch YouTube in class, like as a group. And I guess he would pull up his previous races, and the kids would watch the races for the previous. And I was like, really? You're that? And like, that's cool, I guess. So, but like, you barely saw him in the video. It was just talking about him and racing and stuff. So, I don't know. Yeah.
Do the show Wayne's World style.
Yeah. Well, I'll have the guitar.
Man, it's been a hot minute since I've seen that. I probably should watch it again.
I tried watching it with my kids.
Underwhelmed.
You will be, because I tried watching it with my kids, and they were like, "Really? This was funny?" I'm like, "It's hilarious!" Like,
Yeah.
like, I was trying to get like yesterday we were here at the track, and we were was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday we just came to like work on some stuff, and the trailer stays here now, so we were just working on stuff, and then I put on Queen, like Essentials, and my daughter was not having it. I was like, "Come on, this is good stuff!" Like,
What'd you say? You put on essential oils?
Maybe
something lavender. Did I catch a lavender in there?
Well,
I heard essential oils is all I heard.
So okay, so I don't smoke, and it was funny because I bought these candles for the trailer because of the mosquitoes, and I was like, I was at the gas station today, and I was like, I have nothing to light these candles with, so I had to buy lighters, and I was like, I felt weird. I felt like I was in like, 10th grade or whatever, buying a lighter. Like, so I bought 2 lighters. America. Speaking of which,
taco essential.
Yeah, it's the carne sauce. I just take my taco. I take all the meat off of the tortillas and then just do a little of this. Slap myself with the tortilla. I'm like, yep, corn tortilla smell. I should bottle that up. Actually, I can still hear you and talk to you. I got to get my candle real quick.
Yeah. I worked for Young Living selling that crap for 4 years.
That's awesome.
My wife does the diffuser things, and I'm always like, oh, like especially there's one that's like peppermint, and I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, I know. Or you walk in and
putting it in, and it's like full concentrate dripping in. Like...
The worst is when you walk in and they're burning a candle and it smells like cookies or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, you feel hungry. Robbed.
Yeah.
Well, you feel robbed because all of a sudden there's no cookies.
Yeah.
And you're like, come on, that's not cool.
I came
not
here
cool.
for the cookies, and all you have are candles.
I know.
I'm gonna break something on my way out.
Okay.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
I don't know. Should I light a fire next to my LiPo's charging? That'd be bad.
Man, I was so disappointed. Well, one, I'm lucky. I went down to the basement after I got home from Alabama, and I was just starting to clean down there too. I'm in cleaning mode, right? I'm at the point of get rid of stuff. Feel like just calm. Feel the calm for a minute.
I know.
Embrace the calm. But I'm just trying to get rid of stuff. I watched this, like, there was a post on Facebook Marketplace of like selling, like it was a sale, antiques, whatever, our grandmother passed away and we want to, and like they called them antiques, but it was just a lot of crap from the 80s. And it wasn't good. It wasn't antique. It was just junk. But there was a lot of it in this house, and there were some of it was toys, and some of it would be antique. And you want estate sale? Thank you very much, David Ferris. They were having an estate sale for somebody in their family that passed away, and I was like, man, if for whatever reason I just kicked it tomorrow, like my family having to come up here and try and figure out how to sell all the crap I have.
Oh, and you don't want to put dollar signs to it, because if you put dollar signs to it, it's going to offend people. And you're like, because you start counting it up as you go, and you're like, ooh, like, and so you don't want to like be like, this should. I've heard Harley talk about this before, where he's told his wife, like, if this should be sold for this should be sold for this. Like,
yeah,
I don't think I could have that conversation.
Yeah, and they're like, how much do you have invested in all this? Right?
I know.
Stop
Like
adding
this
them up.
cars?
Just think of one at a time. Don't think of the total sum. But yeah. So I'm just trying to get rid of some of the clutter. So it's not so much. And honestly, I don't use a lot of it. So it's like, let's just get rid of it. And I'll keep the ones I do use and like, but there's a lot that I just don't. And I haven't thought about. And even when I look at it, I'm like, I'm not going to run that ever again. Like, so just get rid of those ones, right? The monster trucks are a little harder to get rid of any of them. Like, I just want to hang on to every body, every truck, like those are untouchable at the moment. But there's a lot of other like chassis for semi truck, extended semi trucks, and the toy hauler trailer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just gonna try and clear that out. I've got the vacuum former here. I'm gonna sell that.
Oh.
Which is tough, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Won't get nearly what I should for it locally, and I'm not gonna ship it because it came in a crate, dude. Box crate. Shipping company, like legit shipping company. Dropped it off. Not gonna get what I should out of it.
Yeah.
But it can't ship. Somebody's got to come and pick it up. So, I'm just going to get rid of a lot of that stuff. Like, I did that. It was fun making the molds. There's a lot of options now. It's not needed for me to do it. But for somebody that knows how to 3D print and could make cool molds out of it and design stuff, they would love it. Like, Harley uses his still, and then they use it to make molds for things, and then they do the carbon fiber stuff and all kinds of anyway, so I'm gonna be getting rid of it, and a lot of other stuff. I'm gonna pare down. I was telling my buddy Travis, just easier with less to think about doing more, or even taking in new stuff.
Do you have guilt? I have guilt when I see cars. Like when I see my cars that I haven't driven in a while, I have the guilt. So like that's why I was telling you I was going to change some spec wheels because I brought Lazarus here, and I was going to change the wheels on that just to try to get me motivated to go out and drive again.
But I'm also at the point where it's like I'm going to take a hit on them, and I'm okay with that. Like I've got a Chevelle Kyosho over there, and the body on it scratched up because I didn't care. Because I was planning to turn it into a police car. So I bought another Chevelle body that's going to paint white. And there's a little police light set that I have for it too. That's with it. And I was going to do a Dukes of Hazzard thing with them. But then the world got all woke, remember?
I remember that, yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to have these videos up and then like everyone cancel you at some point. Like you never know what the world's going to turn on. So I was like, whatever.
I know. You're like, I'm taking my toys and going home.
I'm going to get rid of my low-C race buggy. Just a lot of stuff, and so I'm working on it now. I'm gonna go through a whole day of fixing here in the next week, probably fixing a lot of stuff up.
What about your broken Mojave?
I'm probably gonna get rid of it too.
Really?
No, but I'll try to fix it. I might just fix that one and keep it. I think I have an extra center diff to just drop in it. So
why don't you send it to me to fix it, and then you'll never get it back?
That would work probably. I can see how that would happen. And I have two bodies. But so like that Kyosho, what do they run? They run $200. The body alone, the body set was $80 or $100 for a Kyosho.
That's the hard thing.
And I'm gonna just let the whole thing go for like 125, like with the new body and. They can paint it. It's going with the car. I'm not going to try and sell it separate. Here. I know the top scratch. You can have one to paint up for it.
Yeah, that's the hard thing on some of the cars. The resale market on some of the cars is kind of tough.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've talked about this. Our Gen 8, one of the best crawlers that I had for a long time, and super capable, pretty durable. After I added some things to it, and I'd resell for that. I'd probably maybe get $180 for it.
Yeah, and it's tough, especially on something like that. So I was holding our Gen 8, the Scout one. Yeah, it's green, and we dipped it the top and turned it black, the top of it and all that, and have the interior for it, all the cool stuff for them. Yeah, it's running a Spectrum brushless system.
Yeah.
Waterproof brushless. It's got a reef servo in it, like, but you can't really sell it and get any money for the electronics in it. So it's like at that point,
Right.
it's not for what I'd sell it for. I'm better off not selling it and just taking the electronics out.
Right.
Because if I ever get anything else and have to upgrade it, like it wouldn't even
it's
cost.
going to be $300 for just to get all the stuff for it.
Just to get those parts that I'm selling in this truck for $200, you know?
Yeah.
So that's where it's tough.
And that's where it's like you just kind of have to walk away from them. Like with stuff like that, I either give it away or it's like sell it for $100 as a roller and be like, or what I do sometimes I'll do
put the brush stuff back in.
Yeah, I'll just take off some and be like, here you go. You know, and still only sell it for $180 or whatever, but at least it's a running crawler. So
yeah,
I'm working on one for Jason.
Like, I'm gonna take all that out, take all that stuff out, and just put stock type stuff back in and just sell it for the bottom dollar that it's gonna go for anyway. So
yeah,
just for space. It's more about space.
Oh, for sure. He handed me one to work on it. One of those where he got it in trade, but it's going to take a little bit to get it running, kind of a thing. And so I'm working on it, but it's an old Vitara chassis, and I actually have zero experience with Vitaras. I've bought in the bodies several times, but I've never actually used the chassis. And it looks very similar to the SC10, but I'm working on that. I just put and some of those cars, it's tough too, because like I was telling him, I was like, how much do you really want to throw at this car? Because by the time you throw money at the car, you kind of get to a point where a few dollars more, you get a new or newer car that has all the stuff that's newer kind of stuff. Because like I threw a Holmes Hobbies Trailmaster Sport and a brand new 1080 ESC in it. And like, that's not great electronics, but they're really good. Like we use those when we first started out for a long time. And I love the Holmes Hobbies / Hobby Wing 1080 is like such a good economical baseline for crawling, in my opinion. Like I like the Crawlmaster Sports. Trailmasters were, I like those too, but the Crawlmaster Sports have a little more punch to them. But that with a good radio and the 1080, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. I like that. I love a good trade for something different I don't have. And that's even with the RV what I put up. Like, so one, we had an insane, again, amount of people come start. Now that tire looks so much better over your shoulder. But I just realized how dark and nice they look. But
thank you.
I put like this, or would possibly be willing to trade for a fishing boat, you know? So, you know, that would be something that would be more useful to us right now than the RV. Like we've used it once this summer. So I work the weekends a lot. So it's tough to get out and go camping. So
No, I hear that.
Yeah. I have one day off a week.
Oh, I was just about to show you how sticky these tires are. I haven't put any of that sticky stuff on it yet. And they were like sticking to each other.
You can hear it.
Yeah. Oh, someone was asking what's wrong with my audio. It's because I'm going through the earbuds because I'm not on the computer today. I'm just off the phone up there. We should probably wrap sometime soon, Tony, because I want to get some track time.
Yep, we can do that.
So
we'll I'll have a video. In fact, that might give me some time to go wrap it up, or I'm up here. I could probably wrap it up. I needed a microphone so I could do a recording for the Gauntlet video, or the Axial Fest video. And I've already got the next one starting to edit, but I can't do them out of order. So I already have some talking points on the other one, so I don't need. So anyway, I need to get this one out, and then I've probably got 4 videos from Axial Fest I'm going to pump out. Nice. Only a month late, but hey, life's busy, man.
Well, I think it's fine. I think the hype. Let's not get on this tangent, but I think the hype from Axial Fest was more than how people, and look at this candle. I think it was needs to be hyped more or something. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with it, but I felt like it was. I didn't see a lot coming out of it
The one on the West Coast, or either.
either. I didn't see much coming out of it, like media wise. Now I don't know if
I'll be honest. My feeds don't show a ton anymore. So
yeah,
I have to just search my followers, and that's how I find the RC videos because
yeah,
YouTube's
you're
not
looking
been
at-
pushing it for some reason for me.
they're not. It's been weird. That's why I haven't been posting a ton lately either. But across the board, it's been weird. The other thing I was gonna say is, for getting back to the '80s stuff, right? If you want to go down a rabbit hole, look up like department stores of the 80s or department stores of the 70s, and then it starts doing like interior design from the 70s and interior design from the 80s. I've been watching stuff or like toys that were from the 60s and 70s that are outlawed now. Like, I've been watching that kind of stuff, and it is so entertaining to watch that, but it's pretty funny. So
Yeah, it's not because all I search is guitars and drums. It's because my kids get on there and they search Fail Army and they search
yeah, I know.
Mr. Beast stuff.
Dude, I yell at the family all the time. I'm like, do not get on my algorithm. Like, sign in as a guest if you want to watch your stupid, like, I don't mean it like that, but we watch, so like downstairs, we watch YouTube when we're having dinner sometimes, and we'll watch Nick DeGiuliano or whatever his name is. He does cooking. We watch him, and then obviously we watch Dude Perfect and How Ridiculous, like, and Mark Rober all the time. So, all the time. But yeah, not enough RC videos. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of RC videos out there in general.
And I think that's because the algorithm is not pushing it to us. It's still happening. But like,
so?
I never get the JT videos. Even though I go and search him out and watch them, it's still not just pushing them into my feed for some reason. So I don't know.
Maybe you should get Elon to call out Google about that.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that? The auto typing? So
Elon how he
called.
Said you put he doesn't let anybody have Apple phones. That one?
No. If you type, not to be political, but if you typed in what happened to Trump, normally how in the Google feed bar, how it like will finish your sentence. They just changed it back last night, but like days ago, if you typed it in, it wouldn't like it worked for it wouldn't autofill it. David Ferris says it worked out for Elon 0 out of 10 times.
Even if he searched it once and then went back to autofill, it wouldn't.
I don't know how. I don't know.
Is that what it meant? I'll have to look it up.
But yeah, like if you searched it and you typed in like a assassination attempt, you would think because of what's going on, it would automatically fill in who it was, but it wasn't doing that. And it was called out on a couple different news outlets too. Yeah, RC Rednecks says we need to run our category on something besides entertainment. I wonder, I've run on autos sometimes, on entertainment, personal blogs sometimes. So for those that don't know, when you post a YouTube video, it asks you what category. I don't know how relevant it is anymore, but that's what we do. Yep. Are you trying it now?
No. I'm just reading the comments.
Oh.
It says he works for Elon. Gives him a 0 out of 10 rating. Is how I'm reading that.
Oh, I thought it said it worked for Elon 0 out of 10 times.
No, it says I work for Elon.
I gotcha. I thought it was a typo. I like Elon.
You don't work for him.
Well,
it's tough, man, especially if you work for people that drive a ship different than you want it to be driven.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Cool.
Yeah, he works at Tesla.
Nice.
So, man, we saw a Cybertruck up in Petoskey. They're the craziest looking things ever. I've seen them
They're
on the roads
growing on
here.
me. They're growing on me.
It's
You
anything.
don't like-
Oh no, I think it's cool, and
Yeah.
I get why they did it. Like, there's not all the lines because how thick the metal is. The metal has the body has to act as frame
Yeah.
in a vehicle like that, and so triangles are the strongest, one of the strongest shapes.
I would never get a full hybrid, but I like they're growing on me. I would never get one. Maybe I would. No, I don't think I'd ever get a Cybertruck, but I like the way they look. There's some ones out here that have wraps on them. Oh, I wish I could show it to you. I showed it to my son. I saw one that had a Halo Warthog wrap.
Yes.
Did you see that one?
I've seen a picture of one online. Yeah, it looks super
Yeah, I was like, nailed it.
good. The Cybertruck is a Pontiac Aztek and PS1 graphics. Yeah. So they're bending and forming stainless steel.
Yeah.
And it's thick, right? So they're minimizing bends.
Sure.
So it's a minimalistic approach. It's easy for stamping, for whatever, like there's a lot of reasons why they chose the design, which is smart. But again, I'm with you in that for something that I need to work all the time. Like, I love the idea of the Tesla in the city or for going to and from work and not for much else. So,
right.
If it was your go to work and go to the mall car, then great. But that would be all I'd want it for. And I'd want something else. And I'd want to get rid of it before I have to start thinking about batteries.
Did you know about tires?
Yeah.
About
because of the weight.
You have to change out the tires like every 30,000 miles.
Yeah.
Bananas. Yeah. All right.
Yep. But daily driver would be great. But
yeah, and that huge windshield wiper.
Yeah.
It's the biggest windshield wiper.
They look cool. I mean, the tech in them is amazing. I think the cost of ownership is not what it once was when they were making charging and stuff free and like other perks. Now charging costs about as much as gasoline, and you got to wait for it. Yeah, and you got to wait. It's not instant. So, but if you can do what you need to on one charge and plug it in every night, hey man, like that's awesome.
Yeah,
that would be great. You not have to stop to get gas and all the other expenses that come the second they got you stopping to get gas. Then you go in and you get snacks your kids want, and next you're like, how did I just spend $20 on not even a meal, right? Like,
don't even get me started, Tony. Don't even get me started.
I would lease it. I'd get rid of it, and I would use it and love it. Like, with all things technology, the more technology, the faster it ages, and
right.
It's unfortunate. The main thing for me is the cost.
Yeah.
The cost to buy, the starting cost, but then the cost of all the maintenance stuff on top of that once you start
100%.
adding it up. And if at the time when like the savings on gas was a thing, you might have made it back, but at this point it's not, and it's unaffordable for most people. I couldn't go out and just buy one at full cost. So
for sure,
for the people that drive them that want to complain about the wealthy not being taxed and businesses not being taxed, like, but they can afford one of those and they're getting a tax break on it. Like, you're getting a wealthy incentive as well. It's not helping poor people by giving tax incentives on electric vehicles because they're not affording them in the first place. So that kind of stuff is, there's a lot of hypocrisy in that
lights
world.
get turned off because you can't afford your power bill at home. You're not going to be able to drive your $80,000 Tesla.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that happy note,
well,
I love electric RC cars. I love electric RC cars.
Yes, these little batteries, good. Buying new tires, bad.
Yeah. Yep. See you guys.
Later.